folks, I'm Maggie May, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community. Yeehaw!
Welcome to your hometown news. I'm April Frelke with my co-host Joe Minnie. Well, Joe.
Hi.
Here we are.
Yes.
So Thanksgiving's over. We're on to the Christmas season.
We're into December.
Getting a little chilly out, but we haven't had any snow.
No, great. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Well, Marco's talking about Christmas is getting in the Christmas spirit. They're having a tree lighting festival with a complimentary food. So you bring an ornament to hang on the tree on December 13th at 11:30 a.m. So that's a Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday the 13th. Yep, that'll be fun. A good family thing to do.
Yeah, that's a nice Christmas activity. Get out and do.
And then also, Tomah ACT is going to premiere their radio program, It's a Wonderful Life, on December 21st. It's going to be a YouTube tickets, and they're $10 each, and you'll get your own special link. And they go on sale December 14th through December 25th.
And a little birdie told me, a little cardinal, that you might be you might be a voice feature.
I may be one of the cast members.
Okay. Well, the Canadian Pacific holiday train will not be running this year due to COVID-19, and that means many food pantries will miss an essential food and fundraiser for the year. We have the director at Tomah's Neighbor Food Pantry via Zoom. Welcome to our program, Doug Stoller. So thank you for taking time out to be with us tonight, Doug. So, Doug, Joe's got the first question for you tonight.
Yeah, the holiday train, it's a big community event with live music it's now going virtual. How will that work, and how can our viewers see it? I think we might have some technical.
I don't know if Doug can hear us. Doug, can you hear our questions? Maybe he has us on mute. That happens when you do Zoom. Sometimes people have you on mute.
Hello, I hear you.
Okay.
All right. Hi, welcome Doug Stoller to the program. So nice to have you.
So Doug, the holiday train, it's a big community event, and it's usually with live music, but this year it's going to be virtual. So how are viewers going to be able to see it?
Well, this will be the 22nd year that Canadian Pacific has held this event around the country, around North America, actually. And on December 12th, 6 o'clock Central Time, you can go to Facebook and go to Canadian Pacific's site. It's going to be a Facebook Live concert on Canadian Pacific this year, starting at 6 o'clock on the 12th.
Doug, what are your holiday needs this year at the pantry?
Our holiday needs are, it's great to do this kind of work in a community like Tomah that's so generous. We are actually going into the holiday season in pretty good shape. This year, the 181st Eagle Brigade from Fort McCoy did a Jingle Bell Ruck March today through Tomah, and they donated over 1,000 pounds of food today alone. So sometimes it's a little tough to get the food processed soon enough. But what I'd say is we're good for the holidays, but just ask people to remember us when it's not the holidays too, because hunger is a 12-month-a-year sort of thing.
That's a great point.
So, Doug, what other services do you offer at the pantry?
Well, the pantry is fortunate enough to own the building that we're in, so we are able to host some other social service agencies, like Families First of Monroe County that works with, helps people stay in their homes. We also host a group called Faith in Action that provides assistance to seniors. And we host a group called Brighter Tomorrows, which works with domestic violence. We also try to provide some food share training for folks so they can get registered for food share programs and actually be get some money so they can go to the grocery store and buy groceries and things like that.
Well, Doug, it sounds like you keep a busy operation there all the time. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And we're going to move on to, the catering and the cast and crew has been provided by Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, with great food and a fun and relaxing atmosphere at Marco's. And the cranberry processing facility in Warrens has a new owner, Willie Traina, and we'll be talking with him after the break. But first, we want to thank our program sponsors.
Hometown News is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, The Fun Company Game Room Store, and the Little Cottage Home Decor and more in New Lisbon.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Your health is important to us at Tomah Health, and by taking a few steps like wearing a mask and social distancing, you can help stop the spread to keep our community safe and well. To protect our community, we're offering Video Visit. Video Visit provides secure face-to-face access to a board-certified medical provider online to assess specific medical conditions and prescribe common medications. The service is easy to access and available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Learn more about Video Visit at tomahhealth.org.
Relax at Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, Wisconsin.
I'm Nora Collins. You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
California-based dried fruit industry leaders John Potter and Willie Traina have joined forces to form American Berry Company by acquiring the Cran Grow Cranberry Processing Facility in Warrens. We have one of the new owners with us via Zoom. Welcome to our program, Willie. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you. Looking forward to talking to you guys.
So, Willie, how did you get here? Give us some of your background and passion and maybe some inspiration for the American Berry Company.
Okay. Well, first of all, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who was assigned the task of selling the Cran Grow cranberry operation. And he asked me if I'd be interested in buying a cranberry company. And my first response was absolutely not. I didn't envision owning a cranberry company in Wisconsin. But I talked to him for a while. He convinced me to come out to Wisconsin and take a look. And came out with my brother and myself and a good friend of mine, a business associate, John Potter. And right off the bat, we loved Wisconsin. It was absolutely beautiful. It was very clean. The people were great. We loved the farmers and the growers. And saw the plant, and I think our minds just raced. And next thing you know, we own a cranberry company. I think, we've been in the dried fruit industry, my family, since 1926. We sell it to most of the major ingredient companies and food service companies in the United States. If you go to a restaurant in Wisconsin and eat a cranberry, most likely it came out of our plant, believe it or not. And just made a lot of sense for us to buy a cranberry plant. To control our own cranberries. And, we have such a passion for doing dried fruits and better for you products that this was the perfect complement to it. And it gave us the ability basically to create healthier products and, kind of shake up the cranberry world a little bit.
That's awesome.
That's great. Well, to grow and move forward in a business, you need the right people. How is the journey going for your company, finding the right people to work and for your team?
Really well so far. We've hired about a dozen people right out of the gate, all former employees of Cran Grow. We brought in a CEO, Al DeVore, who's very experienced in the cranberry world and has a great relationship with the growers. And, I think we couldn't ask for anything more. It was a really good start. We obviously going to be hiring more people. We plan to open the plant next month full time and then go into production. And so at this point, it's been fantastic. We love our employees. We got some outstanding people to start with.
So, Willie, what can our viewers do to help make your enterprise and this community a success for you?
Well, for one thing, we're going to need about 50 or 60 more employees. So come on down to the plant, ask for Bonnie or Linda, and we're going to start up in a few weeks here, and we do need some more employees. And we would love to have them right there from the community, whether it's Warrens or Tomah or anywhere around there. We need good employees, and they're kind of the basis of having a great, successful company.
Willie, I have kind of two questions for you. One is my own personal, I'm curious, but the first question is, as you're getting settled, what plans do you have looking into the future? And then my personal question is, what's the most popular dried fruit do you think that you guys sell?
Most popular dried fruit, I would say, would probably be sun-dried tomatoes are very popular.
Oh, okay.
Those are probably the most popular. Our apricots are very popular. Cranberries, of course, are extremely popular. That's probably the biggest seller. All three different markets, all three are very, very popular. And then, what was the other question again?
And what kind of future plans are you looking forward to with the cranberry company?
I think we want to be a little unique. I think we want to do things a little differently. I think we're looking to create and innovate. I think we want to have some products that are better for you, a little less sugar. We want to be industry leaders. We don't want to be followers. And I think we're looking to create some great products.
Yeah, what I would love, this is me personally again, would be like a cranberry fruit roll up, but real healthy, more of like a. Yes, when you said less sugar, I'm like, yes, less sugar. So
exactly, yeah. I think people want to be healthier today. You eat dried fruit for a reason. You not only is they taste good, but they're healthy. And to create products that are healthier, to innovate, and give the consumer something that they can feel good about putting in their body is very important to us.
Yes, it is. Well, Willie, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with the business. And up next, we'll be talking with Tina Thompson at the Tomah Chamber of Commerce on how you can help the victims of the devastating fire in Tomah. Stay tuned.
Your health is important to us at Tomah Health, and by taking a few steps like wearing a mask and social distancing, you can help stop the spread to keep our community safe and well. To protect our community, we're offering Video Visit. Video Visit provides secure face-to-face access to a board-certified medical provider online to assess specific medical conditions and prescribe common medications. The service is easy to access and available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Learn more about Video Visit at tomahhealth.org.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins. What's the more in the Little Cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the Little Cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage home decor and more, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
It's hard to imagine losing everything, but that is exactly what happened to a couple of residents and businesses in the Tomah area this past Sunday as a fire devastated 2 downtown buildings. We have an amazing community that is always ready to help, and with us today is Tomah Chamber of Commerce Director Tina Thompson to share what you can do to help. Tina, welcome to our program. Thank you so much for all your help and your efforts and taking time to join us.
So, Tina, can you give us a basic rundown of the fire and who was affected?
Sure. So early Saturday morning, about 10 minutes till 5, the fire department was dispatched to a fire in our downtown, immediately affecting Dimensions and the Artisan Market. Above Dimensions were a couple apartments. There's also several other apartments on that block of people that have been displaced. There's also homes on the back of that block in which, those residents woke up at 5, 6 in the morning with their house filled with smoke, thinking their house was on fire. And those residents, some of those residents are still also displaced. So 2 immediate businesses, but I think what people also don't realize is Artisan Market had nearly 40 vendors in their business as well. So it's much more far-reaching than just 2 buildings downtown being affected.
Oh, that's so true. That's a lot of vendors in that building. Tina, can you talk a little bit about what our viewers can do to help out with this?
Sure. So immediate needs for the residents that we are aware of, we're trying to meet with donations from our local community here. So we've been in touch with several of the residents that have been displaced. We've gotten toiletries to them because of our local community is just truly stepping up and donating here. It's amazing to watch. We're also starting a fund at Bank First that we will, kind of as things get evaluated here. I mean, at this point, people really don't have a full sense of what their total loss is. The investigation hasn't, been started. Insurance hasn't made any determinations yet. So as we kind of realize what the full extent of losses are here, we're hoping to help out through donations. So anyone wanting to make monetary donations can do so at Bank First in Tomah.
So do you think there should be maybe a GoFundMe to maybe get the word out for the local community, or Bank First is going to be mainly handling all the funding?
For right now, we're having Bank First handle it. At this point, we have a local trusted bank that's done this for years. We'd have to take a look at setting up the GoFundMe. From what I understand, when it's something like this, there's no fees, but I haven't really had the time to research it myself yet. So I'm trying to find the way to get resources in the most economically affordable way possible.
Tina, with those vendors, is there any way for our viewers that can find out who those vendors are and maybe do some local shopping with them? Is there any way that information is out there?
I would have to talk to Becky to get a release on that. Okay. Who owns Artisan Market? So I would probably lean to her for permission on releasing those names. I'm guessing she probably wouldn't have a problem with that, but I haven't asked her for that permission yet. I do know that everyone had just stocked up for their holiday shopping season and had a lot of their product in the stores. Sure. So, a lot of this is trying to kind of figure out what's left, who's got product, who doesn't, and what we can do to help them through this holiday season. And that's maybe on our end of it could be another follow-up to this month with that. I think there's going to be so much opportunity to get information out there as we kind of go through this discovery process. Right now, I think where people are at is let's meet some immediate needs. Let's get these people, on their feet as soon as possible, and let's learn what long-term is needed. I know many community residents have asked us, we have beds we can donate, we have dishes, we have this and that. Right now, people are without a home to put them in. So until some of that gets stabilized a little bit, where they have a place to put things and evaluate what they have and what their needs are, it's a one day at a time process right now.
So with the displaced residents, is the Red Cross involved in helping them get settled?
So yes, actually, Red Cross was working with 2 of the people living in apartments, and we were able to connect them with a small handful of other residents that were displaced. So from what I understand, they were having some hard time kind of finding who the people to talk to were. And, just working with our community here, we were able to identify some of that and pass them over to Red Cross.
Tina, I know you've been working with a lot of people. We have about a minute left. Is there anybody that you'd like to just kind of mention and thank that have really going above and beyond helping with this situation?
Truly, this is such a community effort. Red Cross really made the comment to me how Tomah is so ahead of the game as far as stepping up as a unified community to help out. I think, that morning Quick Trip beat Red Cross to the punch as far as offering concessions to the firefighters and first responders that were there. Truly, anyone that was there that morning saw a collected effort of people trying to work together just to help our community, from the immediate need of trying to save buildings and lives to keeping people warm and opening doors to giving somebody a cup of coffee. Tomah is a special community.
Very compassionate and caring for one another. Tina, thank you for taking time to be with us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Well, up next, encouraging thoughts. See you in 2 minutes.
What's the more in the little cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the little cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and More, New Lisbon.
Has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
You are watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to your community.
The entire show has had a major theme tonight that I'm sure viewers may have seen, people in action. And Joe, have you noticed it? We've had the food pantry on, to a new business, to the Tomah community coming together to help.
Yeah, it's really encouraging to know that
it's very encouraging
that the local community is willing to step up whenever there is a need, and especially with like food pantries and emergencies like the Tomah fire. That it kind of warms your heart knowing that they're there to help support.
So in my mind, what I'm thinking when I was kind of thinking about encouraging thoughts, the thinking part for me was that it's really people have the power.
Yes.
So it's people's actions, it's people's involvement that are really carry the power for really anything.
Yeah, there's I would say each community has a few individuals out there that are actually out in front a lot and just taking the lead and getting folks to get forward on a project, and they have like that sphere influence, that just brings people together and just like, hey, this is what we need to focus on and this is what we need to do, and they just get the ball rolling, and usually people fall in line, and they just make it a better thing, I guess.
Yeah, and the idea too, what I think is like there's reward in your action. You're like, I know the Christmas train isn't coming through, but the action was bring the item, for the food pantry, and then the Christmas concert was
and just tune in and see the virtual show. Yeah. With the corona, the whole pandemic aspect of it, we've had to make really big adjustments in how we socially organize. So, I mean, I'm sure there's tons of meetings that have gone virtual, the board meetings or the organizational meetings and stuff like that. A lot of charities out there, they're Zooming and stuff like that. So, people, we're kind of socially based, and it's hard to, get together and, and just discuss things like that. So having people, figure out the Zooming or figure out other means of doing those socially distant meetings, and it helps drive it forward. So
it's interesting. You think about the year 2020, and 2020 is what in the optic in the eye world, vision, right? You can see when you have 2020 vision, you can see clearly.
Unfortunately, we didn't see this coming.
No, and you know what? But the people have adapted. The people have made it happen. The people are collecting the food or the money. The people showed up with the food, the Quick Trip people, for the firefighters. The firefighters. I mean, it's the people. It really starts to make you think wow, it's about us. We are so creative, and our energy, and it's not about power who's better than one another, but it's the power in the action, right? That's what I mean. Like the reward is in the action.
I mean, you'll always have those bystanders that they stay back and wait for something to happen, and then you have those folks that just dive right in and they start taking charge and say, hey, you do this, you get that. Hey, could you go find somebody to do this? It's like, hey, what about calling this person in and have them come down and with their resources and that sort of thing. So, especially when some projects kind of get pushed aside, and their annual projects, and well, we still want to do this. How are we going to do that underneath this umbrella? And
It's a Wonderful Life,
right?
With the ACT.
So ACT, they're doing. They still want to do productions, but we're limited in what we can do with the theater and trying to get a crowd together. So why not take the show on the online road, I guess, if you will, and give an audio version of a play.
like a radio, in the old time days where you turn the radio on and you'd sit around. You know what you could do is you could even take your little iPad, and sometimes I do this. I put a fireplace, a crackling fire on my iPad, and I have my cup of tea, and I'll be reading my book or on my Zoom meeting or whatever.
So you can get very creative.
It's crazy what it.
This radio play is going to be audio only, so we're going to have to create a lot of the sounds.
Exciting.
When the little bell rings for Clarence to get his wings. We got to have those exact sounds so the audience can hear it, because I'm sure that there's a lot of folks that have seen the movie, but you still have to create the.
I'm going to say I haven't
image.
seen it yet, Joe. Oh my gosh, I've got to see it.
Well, you can hear it.
Really creative. People are becoming more creative, and
and it was members on that ACT board that said, what can we do? And they've done the card trivia scavenger hunt thing. They've done the bingo palooza.
Right.
And now they're like, well, we still want to put on a show. How can we do that? Well, let's do a radio play. It's audio only. We can figure that out. So it's just getting the right people to think of the right ideas.
That reminds me of, I have a friend, really close friend, my friend Kate's from Duluth, and the Glensheen Mansion, I don't know if anybody's heard of the Glensheen Mansion, very historic building in Duluth. They are doing a whole virtual tour that you can pay $5, but you're going to be able to see things on the virtual tour that you could never see up close.
Oh, right.
Some of the
behind the scenes.
Yes, it's just amazing. Wow, I never thought of that. And you can just watch it over and over as much as you want. You're not in and out, but you can still have that.
Now, can you imagine if they can get that in line with those VR headsets and you can be totally immersed in it?
Well, we want to thank you for joining us on your Hometown News, where we're connecting you
to the community.